The whole reason that we do photography is because we love it, and our love is driven by our inspiration and the kind of content that we consume, whether that's in person or online. And today we're going to focus on how to be inspired, how to feel inspired, and what types of inspiration you need to look at in order to create work that you're proud of. Welcome to TR Street Mag. We provide you with new insights and valuable skills every episode to help shift your perspective and put in your gear to new challenges. Our mission is to make you feel seen and heard, focusing on purposeful creativity. We help you create art you're proud of. Join our community today by subscribing to TR Street Mag. As a street photographer, we need to outline our biggest inspirations. So if we split that into 3 categories, so I'll give you an example. For me, my main drivers are architecture, geometry, and abstract shapes. Knowing my 3 drivers in my photography means that when I go out and about, I'm always looking for the shapes of buildings. So that kind of plays into the abstract and the architecture. I'm always looking for leading lines. I'm always looking for colours at the end of buildings or even on buildings, right? So to even figure out what inspires our work, what creates our style, what colours we're drawn to, and what patterns we're drawn to, we need to really figure out our main core drivers in our photography. So figure out what is it that truly makes me feel good. When I look at photography and street photography, what makes me feel good? And it might not even be street photography, it might be other forms of photography, it might not even be photography, it might be video. And you need to sit there and think about that. Think about, what style am I drawn to? Who do I resonate with? What motivates me as an individual to go outside, do photography, and to keep getting better and improve my work? One of the reasons that you started photography in the first place is because you saw somebody else's work. It's because you saw a camera in a shop. It's because you saw somebody do something that was out of your comfort zone and you liked that and you wanted to create something like that. And maybe you wanted to, someone's doing the job of your dreams. Like, I go to football games, right? So I always kind of looked at the football photographers and thought, like, that's cool. I know that's not for me now, but for someone like you out there, you might see something and be like, I want to be that guy who's at this concert taking photos of my favourite artist. I want to be that guy. So that becomes your mission or girl, to go out there and become that person. And those are the things that motivate us, right? Those are the things that motivate us. So we need to figure out, what is our style? So what things are you into? So in street photography, I'm into architecture. I absolutely adore colour pairings. So kind of like opposite colours, right? And I love abstract photography. I love abstract stuff. So I like, raindrops on windows, that kind of cross between macro photography and street elements, and also like different shapes and stuff. So those are the things that inspire me. So what inspires you? I want you to sit here with me and think about what inspires me. And while you think about that, I want to show you something that has inspired me lately. So I forgot that I created my own zine, and the other day I was thinking about a lot of things, and while I was thinking, I thought, do you remember that time I made a zine? I thought, I wonder if I still have it. Of course I do. And I forgot that it's kind of like all of my best work, and I made it like last year, and I don't really like all of the images, but to go through it, I'll open it up on a random page. Yeah, so it's kind of like some of my work that I've built up over the year, and you know what? This is one of my favourite pictures that I've ever taken. And sometimes you just need to be reminded of your own work. Sometimes you forget, like you spend so much time looking at other people's work. And you know, nothing against that or anything, but sometimes it's good to think about the stuff that you've done, to look back through your own images and be like, I don't know how I created this, but I love it. And, you know, especially like say that first image, I just don't know. I don't even remember the settings, to be honest, but I just love that I used such a cool white balance on it. Like, I think I used like 3000K, which is considered warm lighting, but in the camera it reverses the colours round, so it made everything blue. And I remember shooting this day and made all of the pictures look blue, and they kind of look like, they look futuristic. But yeah, I remember taking this photo and I was leaning over a car park building, looking down at a train station, and I took a couple of pictures like this, but this one stuck, just to get 3 people who just walked off the train. They just kind of look like silhouettes. They kind of look like silhouettes. And then it's just kind of this door that kind of, I don't know, it's just like, it just feels like very into the future. But yeah, I'll show you some other pages in it. Usually do slow shutter stuff at night, but I did it in the day, and I was really impressed with, you know, using an older camera. I was really impressed with the results. To find something that I created that I was like genuinely proud of, I was genuinely proud of that. I'm still proud of it now, but it was just a nice little reminder of something that I've created, and I just completely forgotten about it. But I'm glad I've still got it, because now I want to create another one. And I know that my work is going to be, it's going to feel very personal to me. And, you know, there's people that sell zines out there. So it doesn't matter whether they're popular. It doesn't matter whether they're famous photographers. But if you have a particular photographer who you follow, who sells some sort of prints, who sells a zine or calendars or something like that, and you're able to, you know, we consume a lot of content online, and if you're able to access someone's work, I'll show you another I actually have bought somebody's work. So this is Tom. So Tom is a Fujifilm ambassador, and he created these. So you can't, I don't know if you can make out, but there's actually flames. It looks like flames through his head, but it's actually, so he's taken a silhouette with like really fast shutter speed to create a silhouette of the guy, and he's used a double exposure, and he's actually, I don't know if you can see it properly. You probably can't see it. But he was by the beach, and he's basically tinted his white balance, changed the colour, he's shifted one of the colours to make the sea kind of like a reddish pinkish colour, and he's blended it into the black background of the silhouette. And I think that's just really impressive. And it's also like, it's got, yeah, like I say, it's like a reddish, orangish, it's like a reddish orange sea, and then the sky is green. I feel like that's why it complements it so well. But then he's also done this other image, and it's I'm not sure what he did to create it. I think he must have either blocked his camera up or like shot through a little hole in like a wall or something like that. But you've got like, I don't know if you can see that. I'll put it on the screen anyway. But he's got the city backdrop with a pink sunset and a blue sky and a little bit of purple in the middle. And he's been so creative that he's got the moon right above the city, and on top of that he's done this double exposure again, or triple exposure. I don't even know how many exposures he's done, because that's what he's known for, that's his photography. And he's done like a slow shutter with the moon, and he's basically just shaking his camera, so it looks like the moon has like a little candle effect on it above the city. City's got a nice orangey lights in the buildings with the pink background. You've got the purple just above. It's like a nice gradient. And he did all of that in his camera. He did all of that in his camera. He did all of that in his camera. And you know what? I'll put some of his work on the screen because it's absolutely amazing. This guy does... Gonna sell Fujifilm a little bit here. Fuji have a lot of cool features, and the two things that he blends together really well are the film simulation and the multi-exposure. I mean, Fuji's the only camera that has this multi-exposure option where you can shoot up to 9 exposures that you can blend together. And with a normal camera, like on my Lumix, for example, I could keep, building up to 9 exposures. But Fuji have like these options where I can't remember the specific names, but every time you take a frame, it can add so much light into the next frame, and it doesn't have to like adjust the light across the whole frame. It's a little bit like the difference between spot metering and center weighted metering, kind of, if you understand stuff like that. So it's really impressive. And then also, the white balance shift, if you don't play by the rules and you just kind of, you set the white balance and then you change, the color shift and all that stuff, and you can make certain colors go more green or more purple, or more red or whatever it is, right? So it's really cool, and he has this really like sci-fi neon city vibe, and he blends all of these abstract colours into the buildings, and using all of his silhouettes and his understanding of light. It's just so impressive, and that's someone who really, really inspires me. And I'm very happy to have got some of his prints. I'd love to order more, but because he uses one of these little Instax printers, they're just tiny little things. And yeah, I mean, it's just good to have inspiration. It's good to be able to buy inspiration, whether it's zines, whether it's photo books, whether it's the little prints like I show you, or even some big prints. It's good to have a collection of other people's work and not just your own stuff, because I'm sure whether you think you're a good photographer or not, I'm sure you probably think outside of the box. And it's good to see other people who think outside the box, whether they're popular or not. Who cares? Some people have got a big social media following like Tom, and some people don't. And that doesn't mean they're a better photographer than you. It just means that, you know, they're good at creating content and they do photography. And, you know, maybe you're looking at going like, I could create that, or like I have created that. It's like, that's fine. That's totally fine. But we want to be inspired by each other. And that's something that's really valuable, and it's something that you should definitely consider doing. You know, don't just look at social media, and don't just look at blogs and articles and Google search, but actually physically go into an art gallery, physically go into a workshop where, you know, someone's teaching their creative ways of photography. So yeah, that's something to consider when we're thinking about inspiration. If you are enjoying these episodes, make sure you follow the show, you save these episodes, share them with your friends, and I would be really, really grateful if you take just a couple of seconds to give us a rating. If you're on an app that allows it to leave a review, that would be absolutely amazing. And make sure you drop us a comment on these episodes and you let us know what are the things that inspire you, what are the things that drive you to be a better photographer. And that's something I'm going to tell you next. So a platform that I use for my inspiration is VSCO. And now VSCO is a platform that I have mentioned before. For those of us that live in the UK, now I live in the UK, and VSCO is not really heard of as a photography platform. And it's something I'm actually looking at on the screen right now. Right, this is the VSCO feed. So it's got a For You page. Now, for those of you that use Instagram, you will know that Instagram used to be like this. It used to just show you content that is tailored to your interests, right? But VSCO takes that a step further. It doesn't really care about your interests. VSCO's algorithm is so tailored to literally the image that you're looking at. Instagram is tailored to the marketing side. So Instagram analyzes what's in the image and what's in the caption, in the hashtags, in the music, in the location. VSCO doesn't do that. In fact, most posts on VSCO don't even have location even on. But hashtags are extremely relevant. However, the algorithm, it looks at a photo and it shows you photos like that photo. Literally, it could have 1 like, it could have no likes, it could have 100,000. VSCO algorithm does not care about the likes. You can't even see it. You can favorite. They have a little star called a favorite, and they've got a little repost button. And for those posts that you can interact with, they may have a discussion. So you can see on the screen, this one doesn't have a discussion, but I can favorite it if I want to, and I can repost if I want to, and I can also follow that person, which is really easy. And you can see like this post was way long ago. Look at that, that's the 21st of November 2025. So I'm seeing a post from like 8 months ago. That was the top of my feed. Look, that's the very top of my feed, is a post from 8 months ago. I have no idea if it's popular or not, but VSCO that's what it does. It doesn't matter when you post something. It could either pop off straight away or pop off in a year. I just have loads of posts that I posted like way over a year ago that just keep getting loads of likes, and I have to literally count the likes because I have no idea how many likes they have. But VSCO is just like that. You don't even need to put hashtags on it. It just knows what's in there. Like look at stuff like this. We've got nice like symmetry. We've kind of got like 2 triangles. And is that guy in black and white? Yeah, he is. So the entire image is like, I'm guessing that this person who's edited this has created a mask around the subject. They have desaturated the colour out and left the rest of the photo, I don't know if it's been edited, probably has, but left the rest of the photo in colour. You've got this nice symmetry, so you've got two shapes, so that's identifiable. So we always look for shapes and we always look for people. To have them kind of slightly off the centre, I'm not doing like a photo review video here, but just giving you an example of inspiration, right? So we've got two triangles, we've got symmetry, we've got a person slightly off centre, which makes it interesting because of why they're slightly off centre. You've got some sort of extra, like maybe it's just over the top of a building edge. So you almost got 3 different layers, 3 different textures, and 3 of the same shape. You're thinking, why is the person in black and white is interesting? This is a really interesting photo. Stuff like that I would repost if it's really interesting and it's something I can't figure out, but I have to say like, okay, well, what makes this really interesting? Well, there's lots of layers in the photo, and it's those kind of photos that make you really think, that really inspire you. So that's how I use VSCO. So I'll repost stuff like that. I'll repost stuff that I'm like, this can change my style, my direction of how I create my work. And I like stuff that, you know, maybe it's not my typical, you know, cup of tea. It might not be, you know, like something like this. I'm not even into nature photography, but I love the mountains. I love nature. And there's nice contrast of the black and white. There's lots of strong shades. You've got really dark black here, and then you've kind of got like these mid-tone black and whites. And it looks like there's a bird or something like that. And the clouds, oh, nice, like, it's just like a nice gradient of light. You can tell that they're clouds or mist or something like that, right? VSCO is a great platform to use because there's just so much inspiration on it. You see, oh wow, look at that, look at that. Well, there's 2 great images side by side there. A lot of these images, you don't actually know where they are. You don't know where in the world they are. So it kind of keeps you guessing all the time. You're like, wow, like there's these cool like sculptures in different cultures in different countries, and you know, it makes you want to travel. It makes you want to get out there, go on holiday, to go and explore the world, or maybe it makes you think differently, like, you know, people taking pictures of everyday objects. Look at this, an everyday object, a bike against the wall and a nice shadow. Just being really particular about what you like, what is your style. I mean, we all go through phases where our style changes, you know, we might do a lot of street photography and go into portrait photography and do more studio work. We might go into fashion. We might go and decide we want to buy this massive telephoto lens and go and do bird photography, you know, whatever it is. We're always changing, but we always seem to just come back to what we love. And I love street photography. I love it, but I love to look at different types of photography to make me see street in ways that I didn't look at before. It makes me think, be more specific about my subject. I want to have a deeper relationship with my subject without even talking to them. I don't need them to tell me. I don't need to go and ask someone. I could interview someone, right? I could interview someone on the street and, you know, get to know my subject. But you need to learn how to interview your subject without even asking a question. You need to really question the stuff that you're into. And to do that, you need to find stuff that challenges you. How does an image make you feel inside? I feel really distracted right now looking at this woman. Is it a woman? It is a woman. Climbing, she looks like she's bouldering, something like that. I don't even know what she's holding on to be honest, because it looks like there's absolutely no edges on this wall, but I'll hold my hands up. I've never done boulder in my life, but I've watched people do it, and it's very fascinating. But yeah, anyway, or maybe she's abseiling, I don't know. But it's interesting because I'm like, why am I intrigued by it? And I have to sit here and figure that out. Notice how it makes you feel. How does an image puzzle you? Does an image make you want to explore more of that? So anyway, I'm gonna show you how it looks on the phone, because how it looks on the phone is a little bit different to how it looks on here. So I'm just on my profile, right? I'll show you how it works. It's quite simple. You click on an image, right? So I've just clicked on my recent image that I posted. Now, because I have my discussion button on, that's what it looks like. Discussion is here. So people can comment on it. So if people comment on it, you can see their discussion. It's not like a standard reply. You don't really reply to someone. If someone comments on something, you can just see it and you can't really address that person. So it's like a conversation. It's called discussion for a reason rather than comments. So, but anyway, as you can see, so you've got my image, and underneath it, you've got all the related stuff. So image, VSCO likes to look at your image and pick out certain features. It likes to pick out certain colors, and it likes to show you related content underneath. And you actually scroll through and look at stuff that resonates. So for example, it's kind of got some abstract street art. So the first image we get is street art. We get, what's this? We get lots of different types of street art. We've got, a very aesthetic, looks like some sort of vending machine. Really cool. But we get lots of, this one's great. Like an urban underpass next to a railway. And every time you click on an image, you get more related content. So you can go down like a bit of a rabbit hole here. You've got no like counts, no repost counts. Nobody's commented on this, so we have no idea whether it's popular or not, right? But VSCO keeps showing you content that, you know what? I'm not going to call it content. It keeps showing you images like the image you're looking at. And then you keep clicking and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going down your style. So you're seeing what I am interested in now. So, I mean, I really like that image. So what's cool? Let's have a look. This person stands out. We got nice like red graffiti. That person's wearing red and there's a red car at the very, very top here. So we got like a nice lead-in line. So we were looking at shapes. So remember what I said at the start. So I like shapes. I like architecture. I like colours. And we've got all of those things here. This is interesting. So we've got, it looks like a beach against like one of those beach sheds. We've got a red, blue and a yellow chair. And there you go. Someone's put a comment. And, you know, whatever colours are in there, whatever shapes are in there, it will just keep showing you more content like that. Look at this. Look, you've got more chairs. You've got the exact same type of chair. This doesn't always happen. But you're not likely to find stuff like this on Instagram, because Instagram just keeps showing you stuff, suggested posts that are just kind of what's popular, what's, you know, got some good interaction right now and what's kind of trending basically. So I'm not promoting VSCO or anything, by the way. they do actually follow me on Instagram, and because I used to have a VSCO Pro membership, I would use their presets and stuff like when I wasn't super into photography in the sense of like editing and still learning how to edit and stuff like that. So I want you to be really specific, right? So be really specific about what it is you're trying to feel. Notice how you feel in other people's work. Notice how you feel when you're looking at your own work, about especially your favorite photos that you've created, and not just in photography, but really notice how you feel in your own life. You know, what kind of things are you drawn to? Think about the kind of the people that you're always around, like your friends, your family, even in your education. Really think about the types of people that you gravitate towards, because it's the types of people that you surround yourself with that really bring out that inspiration. Now, if you're always around positive people, then you're probably likely to really love your work and to really always feel quite creative, to be honest. And if you're around people that always challenge you, then maybe try to do something new. Maybe try to go somewhere that you've never been before and try to meet, like, sometimes it's just a case of meeting new people. It's not necessarily making new friends. Sometimes it's just a simple conversation with someone else about something. And sometimes it's those things that trigger new ideas and stuff. And, you know, it's happened to me a lot over my life. Sometimes I just have to distract myself, and next thing you know, you're having a second opinion on something, on an idea or a kind of style that you were resonating with before. So yeah, anyway, I want us to go back a little bit to the zine that I created. So I just wanted to show you it, really. It's actually one of the images that has done really well on VSCO. I don't even know why. I mean, I can see why. Perfectly timed. Got this nice, sharp, like, in blue hour of the sunset, and then I've got a bird like perfectly in action, and it looks like the letter M as well, and we've got a nice photo to complement that as well. This is the power of editing. This photo was actually similar to this photo, where the greens weren't really standing out. Like this photo wasn't as blue as it is in the image, but yeah, this green that you can see is the power of color balancing. When you color balance properly, you can bring those greens back into the photo. You can kind of see a slight bit of blue on the railing. I just spat on this. That's lovely. More slow shutter stuff. I mean, I edited all of these on VSCO as well, which is kind of why that's kind of the other reason that I spoke about VSCO today. Because if you're at the start of your editing journey and you don't know a lot about editing, exactly what I just explained, like, you don't need to download Lightroom and Photoshop straight away. VSCO was really my starting point with my photography, and I was able to like read about all of the different editing tools and actually learn what they are and learn what they do and play around with the sliders. And is that kind of experimentation that allows you to be more free, to be more creative, to be able to look at other people's work and then go down those little rabbit holes. And the thing is, on VSCO, it doesn't actually feel draining. Personally, that's not how I feel. When I'm on Instagram, I feel like my dopamine is like rushing, and I'm comparing my work to other people because of the like counts and how many comments and how many people are sharing it, and like it feels like a competitive battle. And I feel like that's why like, I don't not like Instagram. I feel like I feel like I'm always comparing myself to other people on Instagram, and in another universe, or maybe at some point in my life, I just delete Instagram full stop and I just stick with VSCO forever, because that's how VSCO feels and that's how they created this app. I've met the people from VSCO in person. I was kind enough to have the opportunity that VSCO came to the photography and video show in the NEC in Birmingham in the UK in March. And I had no idea that VSCO Workspace, VSCO have their photography app. They also have their business side, so they have a free education side. And I bet you didn't know about this. And to be honest, I don't use it as much as I should. I should use it more. So VSCO got their own podcast, which, to be honest, they should probably post more on it. They should promote it more as well. It's a great podcast. It's called F22, and I mean, they usually just interview guests about their journey as a photographer, people who've worked in the industry, how they kind of built up what they built up, and how they, worked with such and such. But yeah, you've got all sorts of things. You've got the photography basics. You've got like different blogs about different types, different things in photography, whether it's, you've got focal length, aperture, ISO, your really basics of your triangle. You've got things like bokeh. Bokeh is your background blur, right? You've got the depth, the layers, the composition, how to use rule of thirds. Thinking off the top of my head now, because I'm not going to go through the whole website. You've got photo guides. You've got stories of photographers who are on VSCO, who've spoken about their work, and you can access most of the blogs through VSCO's actual profile on the app. You don't have to go on the website. But what you do have on the website is they have a lot of resources. So you can go through everything. All of this is free, which is great. And they're just a great platform overall. They try to support photographers, and just like, we're supporting you to become better street photographers and photographers in general. We're trying to inspire you and take you to the next level. And this is kind of like, I'm kind of showing you, like, this is who I use for my inspiration for all types of things, not just like learning. Like I said at the start of the episode, it's good to have other people's work, to put all of your own work in something like a zine or a photo book. And it's those kind of things that really drive you, and you can come back and reflect on it, and, make sure you have a journal, make sure you have a little folder on your computer. This is all your favourite images, or on your phone, this is all your favourite images you've ever taken, and sit there. And sometimes, we'll create photo albums for our family and our friends and certain events and stuff, but it's good to have that for your own photos that are your favourite photos you've ever taken, and just to look at that and be like, I want to create more of this. And it doesn't mean you have to be really selective and you have to go like, oh well, I'm only going to post the photos that like I really, really like, because it's usually the photos you really, really like that not everyone else likes. So just keep posting your work. Over time, you'll just know like when a photo just resonated with you, and you just got to sit and appreciate the stuff that you've worked on, that you've come up with, and appreciate other people around you and those connections that you make, positive or negative. I'm not saying you have to have really great friends, or if you have really bad friends that you need new friends. I'm just saying that chase that feeling in your heart that resonates, and the inspiration will come, the ideas will come, and you will evolve as a photographer. You will get better and better. And I just want to say, like, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all of you people that watch these episodes. UK, US, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam. There's so many more countries, Sweden. Oh, it's so great to connect with people from all around the world. And, you know, I really appreciate you guys. And if you haven't already followed the show, make sure you follow the show. Make sure you follow the show. Leave us a rating and share this episode with other friends to get them inspired, to get them into photography. And if you want to join our community and to talk to me personally one-to-one, I've linked our Telegram group below. Join it, don't be afraid. We've got galleries that we can show each other. It's just a space for you to talk to other people from around the world and to be able to, let's all grow together. Let's all go on this journey of growth and passion and love, and let's support each other. That's the main thing. So yeah, anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. So the next episode will be focused on our technique in our photography. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll see you in the next episode.